Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from amandacrochets.com, and in today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make the easy griddle stitch scarf. The griddle stitch scarf is made using two different stitches, which are the single crochet stitch and the double crochet, and it's a very easy and beginner friendly stitch. This scarf measures 8 inches wide by 53 inches long, and with using a bulky weight yarn and a larger crochet hook, this project works up quickly. Like I said, it's very beginner friendly, and I use a self-striping yarn, and as you can see, all the pretty colors in this scarf. So it's a nice width and it's a nice length. However, if you wanted to make this project longer, you can certainly do that. You can make it a skinnier scarf, you can make it a thicker scarf. So whatever you feel like you would like to do. But this is just what I came up with, and I really like the griddle stitch. So let's get started on how to make the griddle stitch scarf, and I will show you everything that you need to begin. So for today's tutorial, you're going to need one skein of the Caron Tea Cakes yarn, and this yarn is sold exclusively at Michael's, and the color I'm using today is called Smoked Fruit, and this is considered a number 6 super bulky weight yarn, and the recommended hook size is a US L11 or 8mm. This is hand washed, lay flat to dry. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It's an 8.5 ounce cake or 240 grams. It's 204 yards or 186 meters. And this is from their Lush Living collection. Now, Caron Cakes, again, are sold exclusively at Michael's stores and michaels.com. And this came out in the fall. I don't know if they still have this available anymore, but this is just what I have in my stash. If you do not have any Caron Tea Cake yarn, you can use another super bulky weight yarn, and I highly recommend using the Bernat Softee Chunky. And this is, again, a super bulky weight number 6. It recommends the same hook size, which is a US L11 or 8mm. And this is 100% acrylic versus the other that has a little bit of wool in it. This is a 3.5 ounce skein or 100 grams. It's 108 yards or 99 meters. So if you choose to use this yarn instead of the tea cake yarn, you're just going to need 2 skeins of the Bernat Softee Chunky. And again, if you wanted to use a different yarn besides these two, you can certainly do that. You do not have to use a super bulky weight yarn if you don't want to. This is just what I'm using for this particular pattern. And then I'm also bumping up my hook size to an N or P, which is a 10mm. This is the Clover and More, so I know different hook sizes show different millimeters and letters on this, but this is the N/P crochet hook, 10mm. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. Okay, so for my scarf, I just made a chain of 15. You can chain whatever you would like, as long as your scarf is in an odd number. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. So as long as your scarf is an odd number, you can make this any size that you would like. But if you want to follow along, I made a total of 15 chains. So to make a chain, yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so for row 1, you're going to make a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So the loop on your hook does not count. You're going to count 2 chains from your hook. So 1 and 2. And to make a single crochet, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Next, you're going to make a double crochet into the next chain. So into that very next chain, you're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that is your double crochet. So now to finish row 1, we're going to alternate between single crochet and double crochet across the entire row. And you should end with a double crochet into the last chain. So we just made our double crochet, so we're going to make a single crochet. So again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, you're going to make a double crochet, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so again, we're just going to alternate single and double crochet across the row. So your next chain is going to be a single crochet. The chain after that is going to be a double crochet, single crochet again, and double crochet, single crochet into the next chain, double crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and double crochet, okay. When you get to the end, you should have 2 chains left, and you're going to make a single crochet, and again in that very last chain you should end with a double crochet. So if you end with a double crochet, that's how you know you're doing this stitch correctly. Okay, so this is what your first row is going to look like. It should be the same on both sides. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we are going to just start in that very first stitch. So that chain 1 does not count. In that very first stitch right here, which is your double crochet from the previous row, you're going to go ahead and make a single crochet. And when you make your single crochet, you want to grab the whole stitch, so you see these 2 loops right here on top. You want to make sure that you go underneath both of those loops and make your single crochet. Now in that next stitch, which is your single crochet from the previous row, you're going to make a double crochet. So you are always going to make a single crochet in the double crochet, and you're always going to make a double crochet in a single crochet. So just alternate this all the way down. So just in the next stitch, you want to make a single crochet, and then the stitch after that, a double crochet. So alternate between single crochet and double crochet across your row, and again you should end up with a double crochet at the very end. And because we are working with a super bulky weight yarn and a larger crochet hook, this project does work up super quickly, So you can definitely get this project done in one afternoon, or however you can make it. If you want to make it longer or wider, you can definitely do that. But because this works up so quickly, I feel like you can make this in one day. Okay, so when we come to the end of our scarf, you have one stitch right here, which is your single crochet. And you just want to make a double crochet in that very last stitch. So here is what 2 rows looks like. Now I did forget to mention that if you are a super beginner, you want to, and you have trouble finding the beginning and end of your rows, and you want to keep your ends straight, I highly recommend getting a stitch marker and putting a stitch marker in the very first stitch and in the very last stitch, and then as you move up your rows, you can just move your stitch marker up. This just helps to keep your ends even, so that way you know what the very first stitch and the very last stitch of each row are, and you don't accidentally skip them. So if you are a super beginner, I would highly recommend getting a stitch marker and putting it in the beginning and the end of each stitch. Okay, so for rows 3 and beyond, you're going to repeat row 2. So again, chain 1 and turn. And because we ended with the double crochet in that previous row, you're going to start by making a single crochet in that very first stitch. In that next stitch, you're going to make a double crochet. And again, you're going to repeat row 2 over and over again until you run out of yarn. So alternate between a single crochet and a double crochet, and keep repeating this until you run out of yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and make my scarf, and when I finish, I will come back and I will show you how to weave in your ends. Okay, so I'm just finishing up my scarf, and I have 2 stitches remaining. Again, you want to make sure you end with that double crochet. And I did have a different scarf in a different colorway, if you're wondering, so I did have this worked up a little bit more than my other scarf, just in case you're wondering why the sudden color change. But once you finish, you're going to cut your yarn. Now because this is a super bulky weight, you want to leave a little bit of a longer tail just to help weave in your end. So just cut your yarn, and then what I like to do is I like to do a yarn over, pull through, and then pull to tighten. And now you want to get a large eye tapestry needle, and you just want to weave in your ends. Now it might be a little bit tricky to get your yarn inside that tapestry needle, but just be patient. And then once you have that, you want to go ahead and just go in between these stitches to weave in your end. And I like to go back and forth 3 times in order to make sure that it's super secure. You don't want to pull super tight, but you just want to make sure that it's hidden. And again, you're just going to go in between your stitches. And once you feel like your yarn is secure, you can go ahead and cut off that tail. And you will go ahead and do that for the other side. And then your scarf is complete. So this is a different colorway. I don't remember the color of this particular yarn, but I thought it was a very pretty blue color. I think it might be called Ocean or something like that. But this is what your griddle stitch scarf looks like. And again, it's a super bulky weight yarn. It works up quickly, and it's a great beginner project. You can make this in any color. You can make this in any super bulky weight yarn that you would like. If you do not have bulky weight yarn, you can always use a worsted weight yarn or even a thin number 3 weight yarn. You just have to change up your hook size and change up your stitch count. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on how to make the griddle stitch scarf. Thank you so much for joining me. Now it's time to like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And as always, happy crocheting! Bye!